Homophobic uncle nearly ruins my first ever Christmas with my girlfriend. Cross-posted on r/tales from LGBT. A little backstory. I'm a woman of color that has known for a long time that I just found women more attractive. My parents swear the news since I was in the first grade because I want to marry my female teacher. Not sure, but if that counts, but whatever. Also, this took place a year into my then girlfriend, now wife, and we knew it was rather serious. So we decided to invite each other for the holidays. Me is duh, girlfriend is duh, RD is referend dad, aka best human ever, A is one of my girlfriend's aunts, and Douchey McGee, RD's brother, or GF's uncle, the entitled one. So, girlfriend's parents were super supportive and extremely nice, which took me completely by surprise when she came out. RD is the head of the referend at their local Protestant church, and I thought that since his dating is not only dating one other girl, but someone not Protestant even, this comes up later, that there would be chaos. But I was super excited about having going to a Christmas party. I was worried about the occasional homophobic douche, but I figured her dad is a referend. No one would be stupid enough to raise a fit at his house about his daughter. I was wrong. So very wrong. I had spent the entire morning taking on my more extreme lip, nose, and ear piercings and trying to find a good vestive shirt to hide the multiple tattoos I have, as well as having time spent the last week re-dye my hair black so I don't freak the family out for being an African American woman with snakebite lip piercings, a septum piercing, a bull ring piercing, way too many ear piercings, and a nose stud, as well as having both arms covered in sleeves. I was determined to make the best impression on the extended family. Our folks knew about those and were totally fine with it. I just didn't want to come off as a gangster or something like that. I walk into the door and I'm greeted with a few weird looks as they don't know who I am, but they quickly figure out when I see my girlfriend looking absolutely stunning and just can't help but kiss her. A bit too deeply, but I'm weak. Then she swats my arm for making her come out that way to her family, while her mom and dad are just laughing at the scene before them as the rest of the family is just dumbstruck, followed by the most awkward of silences. Next thing I know, almost everyone is congratulating her for being brave and the usual stuff. Some kids are even like, nice, and the day goes on as usual. Most of them ask the usual questions, how do you meet, when do you know, yada yada yada. Eventually, it comes to dinner time and everyone is gathered around a massive table, and there's another awkward silence as most of the extended family's eyes are on me. I'm feeling a bit confused as I'm not sure what is going on before A say the following. A says, aren't you going to say grace for us since you're hopefully going to be the newest member of the family? Everyone laughs at this, but I'm freaking out as I'm a Wiccan. My family's main religion is Wicca, and I have no idea what the name of Mother Goddess Grace is. I'm a bit worried that when they found out that my girlfriend is dating a witch, not accurate, I know, but blame media, the proverbial shit would hit the fan. RD says, I wasn't going to bring this up as I don't know how you all would react, but OP is a Wicca and doesn't really do that, so I'll do it instead. And that was it. Seriously, this man is a godsend to anyone that needs help when dealing with bigots and shit. He just talks to them normally like that and they shut up. I swear it's a superpower. During dinner, everyone's asking me questions about what it means to be a Wiccan, which I answer as I'm just that kind of nice. But I see Douchey McGee get a bit of a disgusted look on his face. Analysts look very well, and I can tell the shit has hit the fan, and is scattering to the four winds to cover the world. It's the look that people make when, in their warped mind, realize that Wicca equals witch. I sigh heavily as Douchey McGee stands up and says to say every single foul thing a person could say to a person of color. Yes, that word. Maybe I may be black, but I loathe that word with a fiery passion. A lesbian, a Wiccan, and just a human being in general. I could handle it, but it wasn't until he started to say how I turned my girlfriend into a spawn of Satan that he fucked up as she starts to cry. Now, this is the part where RD becomes the best human being on earth. He stands up and slams his brother against the wall, lifting the man a good 2 feet off the ground and says he has 5 seconds to time he finishes speaking to apologize for what he said, or he would be tossed out of the house. All others are like, what the f? But it gets way better from here as do not. Douche McGee spends the 5 seconds spewing hate from his mouth. After the time is up, the RD grabs Douche McGee by his belt loop and his collar and asks for me to get the front door and then help him. I do, and I instantly realize what the he's about to do, and I whisper to girlfriend to watch this. I take my sweater off, revealing a decent Metallica t-shirt on underneath, and reveal 6 of the reasons my girlfriend loves watching me with the shirt on. I'm rather well built and very muscular. At the time, I was working in a motorcycle shop and was the person they got to lift a lot of heavy shit around. So I'm very ripped. Six-pack abs, level buff with massive guns. I open the door and help drunk toss Douchey McGee out of the door and into the snow, face first, without jacket or anything. He then yells that he's only allowed to come back inside the house after he apologized to me, GF, and the family for being rude at the Christmas party. Everyone is just laughing at the scene, including his wife, who is apologizing up and down for her husband's reaction. While laughing at him, he spends the next 3 minutes outside, Karen-level demanding to be allowed the F back, before he finally relents after 3 more minutes and apologizes to us profusely, while shivering. All while everyone's asking why I wanted this extreme to look normal, and I answer that with, I didn't want you to scare it off, as pulls out a picture of me from a week ago that I took with my girlfriend. This is how I normally look. I want to make the best possible impression with you all since I want this to last, as I can be a bit intimidating if I were to come in with full piercings, all tattoos showing, and black, dark, purple, and blood red dyed hair. Given how I look normally and my skin color, I am distinctly aware that I come off as a gangbanger or something, and I did not want to be your first impression with me. I did the same thing when I went over to help support her when she came out to her parents that she's bisexual. Everyone was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and can actually understand it from my perspective as well. I'm generally nice and polite. I do not want to be a stereotype, well aside from clearly being the stereotypical butch as a F lesbian. It was a great first Christmas party, and the wife got to spent Yule with my family the next week, and I loved it as my family is way more welcoming than you would believe, and it's a Wicca thing to do no harm to others.